Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome to our second edition of our False Paranormal NEPA Project. We are your hosts. You know, as me, I'm always SGW guy, I'm Jay Yanchik. We got FP here. Together we are False Paranormal, part of the SGW Entertainment brand. And here, I want to start out this week. Now, we did our first powwow last week. Okay. And today I was just just a little while ago, I was waiting for you to come over. I was looking through, and we got some feedback. Okay. We got a comment from when we went to Mount Olivet Road. Mount Olivet Cemetery.
Really?
Yep. It says his name was John. John S. I'm not going to name his last name, but John S. Played I legit shit. So I'm still waiting. Is that a good thing or what? Did he see? I don't know. Fly Guy DCA 30 commented out on our last week's powwow. I like this format. You need to do some more like these. I like this format. You need to do more like these. Maybe incorporate different subjects, strange experiences, scary stories, unexplained phenomenons.
Yes.
You can do it, Yanch. Okay. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do now that the winter's coming. We really can't go hitting cemeteries again. If you guys want us to come out to your house, we'll definitely do that. Now, for today's topic, our first segment for tonight, we decided we're gonna just kind of talk about our experience since we started doing the whole paranormal investigation stuff. So I came on board about when did I come aboard? What video was it?
I think maybe the second or third one.
Yeah, let me see.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, because I did the first one by myself.
Glad YouTube tells me this stuff. Wyoming Cemetery, Pine Hill Road, Mount Olivet, St. Peter and Paul, 40 Fort. Okay, so we went back, our first time with me back was when we went to, it was July, the weekend of July 4th, because we went to the Knox Mine.
Oh, that's right, with all the fireworks. Yeah.
So that was the first. So July 3rd was my initial start date back with False Paranormal.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I had my NEPA Spirit Seekers, but we just put everything together, and so now we're False Paranormal. Now that, I wish I still had that video.
I know, that was a good one.
We went, and maybe before it gets to, we'll go back at night and we're not going to watch the whole thing, just see if we hear that do. Because, guys, I am telling you, you couldn't hear it by the naked ear, but when we played back the video in the computer, we heard war drums. And it was like, clear as day. This was so loud, we should have heard it.
Yeah.
And all we heard was crickets and cars, because it was in summertime. Then we went back the week after to try and debunk the first, what we heard. We still heard the drum beats, and we heard the eerie lady voice, which we still never debunked that, but yeah, I wish that's all gone, unfortunately. So,
lost footage.
Yeah, lost footage. But still, we had some interesting nights going out.
Oh yeah.
Now again, guys, gals, when you watch the paranormal on the TV, you get a lot of good. You see a lot of good stuff, and we do too. Watch. I don't know if I could say it because of the promote or anything like that, but on Travel Channel, they got the ghost shows. when we go out and do our investigations, it's not like what you see on TV. Will we get some here, some this and that? Yes. Have we got some activity, in my house here we did, yes. In your house we got orbs. But it's not like, you see these manifesting things. Molly, behave. She's manifesting shadow people. I wish we did, but we haven't. But I think the best. What was your favorite out of going to all the cemeteries and what was your favorite?
I think maybe the Wyoming cemetery, just because the feeling we got down there with the light. Even the light, because it's easy to explain. It's only a light, but it wasn't visible.
Right.
Every time we turned our heads, we couldn't see it, but it was there on camera.
And yes, skeptical science said yes, we know it was a light coming from somewhere. We just couldn't figure out where.
Yeah.
Now, also tonight, I was talking to my brother-in-law, and the way he explained it, because I was wondering, because I said that's really the only cemetery that has a cannon and a big light pole.
Yeah.
And he explained to me that was where the main base camp was.
See?
Because here's what happened. The way he explained it, over near 8th, where 8th Street is now, in between 8th and 4th, that's where the troops started lining up.
Oh, wow.
And as they were marching up towards, I said near the Fort Jenkins, like right where the cemetery sits today, the Indians were hiding and literally basically ambushed.
Like out of the woods and stuff, maybe?
Yeah, ambushed the troops, because the way the roads, I guess it wasn't as straight as they wanted to, and the Indians took their pick, and a big massacre happened. So that's could be another reason why, that's maybe where they're all buried.
Mm-hmm.
From that, or going back, because we saw tombstones that didn't have anything on them anymore, and that's how, it just literally disintegrated away.
They're going to be like several hundred years old, probably.
Right. And, but yeah, so I want to see, I have to ask him if he'll come on and do a show with us. Talk about, because he's in the military. He retired from the military. Wonder if he'd just like to give us maybe 30 minutes of a time, see if you want to talk and just tell stories about what it was like. That he could.
Yeah.
I think he would,
or anything.
I think he'd be open to it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the best. Well, other than the Knox Mine, he only heard the war drums. That was the best for me. But I think the other one I liked when we did the 2 home investigations. I think, because even here, which I might actually put link that video with this video, because it was only small. Now, I'm sitting here, I'm sitting where you're sitting, and Molly was, bouncing around, and I heard, I'm like, could someone give me a sign? Could someone tell me something? Well, I heard, and this is me doing, I heard I didn't hear nothing, okay? But when I played the video back, I heard if I was to pound on the table, but only louder, but I did not do it. But the camera picked it up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. And people say, oh, you hit it? No, it was not me. I didn't do it.
Yeah, we're not trying to fake evidence.
Yeah. Molly, behave.
It's not.
Yeah, but I was like, because I know I was going to put it up early, but then someone say, oh, well, you docked it. No, I didn't. That's the thing. I didn't do it. But yeah, it's and then we were at your house. Every time we'd see the orbs. I don't remember seeing orbs here.
No.
But we did see orbs at your house, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see, going through it.
I mean, even at my house, we got some negative feedback. People were saying it's just dust particles, and
right, and we tried to debunk those, and couldn't.
But it was weird because mostly when you would mention certain names, like either family members or
that's when something would just appear.
Yeah.
But yeah, and guys, when we do this, we're not like the people on TV. We don't have super duper, which I wish we did have to quit, but we don't. We do this because we just like to go out and see what we could see. You know.
At one point, remember, I did have all the equipment.
We did.
We did have all the the SLS cameras and the REM pods
but then we thought we were not going to do it, and things happen, and you know,
life happens.
Life happens. But going back to when FP did have the SLS cam, we went. Where was that lady's house?
Oh, I don't remember.
But it was somewhere here in West Pittston or somewhere Pittston or Exeter. Remember her daughters? I know.
I know who you're talking about. Let's not say names.
But you know who I'm talking. You remember who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
We had the SLS camera, and that we went up in the one bedroom, and that thing was going
that
off
was
like
the daughter's bedroom.
mother.
We were up.
Right.
Yeah. Let's just call her Kathy.
Yeah, it's but yeah. So we do get some good. Throughout the last years, we've gotten some. Molly, you behave. Miss Molly is very happy to see people, and she likes to jump around. She's almost. Oh wait, it's November, isn't it? Yeah, she's already. She was born in August. I've got her in November. Yeah, so Molly is officially 3 years old.
Happy birthday!
Come here, Molly. Come up. Come and say hi to your peoples.
There she is.
See, there she is. There's Molly.
Happy birthday!
Because I got you right before Thanksgiving. I picked you up. And that was 8 weeks and 3 days. Okay.
Oh.
And she still thinks she's only 10 pounds. But no, it's she's a goofball, but she's my goofball. But no, we've had a lot of interesting, and also, again, I can't remember the name. It was right after I got my Impala. We went up to a lady's house out near Scranton area. Remember there was a guy that showed up. We were down in the basement doing EVPs.
I'm sure. Yeah, okay. I think I remember that one.
I can't remember the guy's name. I can't remember their names to save my life. But the guy came down and he was already part of another paranormal group.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we've had some pretty decent experiences throughout the course of back and forth. Yeah, Molly, you are a goofball.
She's talking.
Yeah, she does all. Yeah, she does. But yeah, guys, it's doing the paranormal. We know we're not always going to find something. We know we're not always going to get. It's going to be a hit or miss. But at the same time, we like going to these places to say, hey, even if we're just showing you a cemetery, a house, Queen Esther's Rock.
Yeah, that was so cool. That's one of my favorites too, actually. But even though it's so small,
right? Like saying, "Hey guys, check out these places that are local. That literally the Battle of Wyoming happened like in this area where we reside. Like it happened. Now I did. My brother also told me, and I didn't know this. The monument where the monument is.
Right.
After the war, the battle, somebody found there was a massive grave site. After I guess they I don't know, was it
before they put the monument in or something?
Yeah, it was before the monument was even there. Someone stumbled across a massive grave of soldiers. Okay.
Yeah, I believe that.
And the people that owned the Swetland homestead at the time owned the area where the monument is. They donated that
for the monument.
And they took all of the bodies that they were able to recover, moved them to where the monument sits now.
Oh, wow.
So technically, the monument wasn't part of the battle, but that's where that's where they resided. Because if you go up, you see the plaque with all the names.
Yeah.
That's how that got there. My brother-in-law was now, guys. Also, I can't, from what these stories I'm hearing, I don't know. I can't confirm. They're I'm just going by what I'm hearing. So don't say, oh, that didn't happen. We're just talking, okay? And there's no right or wrong answers, here at all. But here's I don't know, but it's remember we went to, and your brother was skeptical. We took your brother down somewhere near Plymouth Township, West Nanticoke area.
Okay.
Do you remember when we took him?
Where did we go to the? Where did we go? I forgot
what they were called, but it was me, you, your brother. I think that was it. Because your brother was like, I don't believe it. And when we left,
okay.
when we left, he was. Now we don't know if he became a true believer or if he was at least, but he was like, oh, maybe he was like kind of now on the fence. And we had some pretty interesting
adventures.
And
that's why we still do it.
Yeah, and that's why we. And guys, we right after that time, I saw FP started doing. I'm like, well, you know what? We don't have the equipment like we had. We had you had the SLS camera, the voice box.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so we don't have all the equipment that we had back then. But
it's
still nice to go out.
You really don't need it.
No.
That's just extras. That's just
the thing I'd like to pick up maybe by Christmas or by next summer. Another spirit box.
That's good.
That's what I would like to
like something. Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah, because we got some interesting sounds over the voice box throughout the years too.
Yes.
Guy, say back then, and this is all lost footage. We don't have it anymore. I don't know what happened to it. But FP here he had the spirit box, the voice spirit box. So when we first went to my parents' gravesite up at St. Mary's Cemetery.
Oh,
and it was
damn. That's a long time ago.
It was either, I don't remember if it was before Christmas or right after, but when you had your SUV and there was snow.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's snow on the ground there.
There was snow, yeah, and it wasn't like there was snow. Now, they always say you're not supposed to provoke spirits. Even my girlfriend, like the GF, she's like, you're not. I'd be like, no, but sometimes we do. Interesting story. Picture we're up at St. Mary's Cemetery. There's at least 2 or 3 feet of snow. You stepped in it and you stepped in snow. It was about 10, 11 at night. It was pure black.
Yeah. Wind was blowing.
FP had the SLS camera and was catching what stuff crawling on the ground.
That's right.
So could that have been a baby? We don't know. Well, we wanted to try the voice box, the spirit box. So because it was actually raining, snowing, that it was, so we were like drenched by the time we got back. But what happened was we set up the spirit box. And we had it put so. I think we had it on your front seat so it wouldn't get wet.
Yeah, we had cover.
We had it covered for some reason. It was raining and snowing, and me, big mouth that I am, I'm yelling out stuff, and we're getting some what we could think possible, people answering us. Well, for some reason, I'm just like, because I was starting to get aggravated, because you could hear little things, but you couldn't hear, like you couldn't make them out. So, Molly, behave. So, all I hear is, just someone answer me freaking now. Okay? And nowhere to lie, guys. No shitting. Over the voice box, over the spirit box, and clear, perfectly clear. All you heard was, no. And I looked at FP looked at me, we were like, did we just, maybe, we're like, oh shit. And, yeah, that was,
that was a good one.
That was interesting. Clear as day, no. And I stop, I'm like, oh, let's see, because they say you're not supposed to, you should not provoke spirits, because they could come back and harass you back. That's what they say, poltergeist. But my brother-in-law did tell me about another cemetery that I did not know about. I want to go there once, even if it's cooler on a dry night. Susquehanna Ave. Now, you know how we have the little, if you search cemeteries in West Pittston, there's right on Wyoming Ave, and where it branches the monument, it's almost like the road comes off into like a Y, but you have to bear off to the right. It's that road in front of monument where it comes one way this way.
Yeah.
There's a little cemetery. And it's always done up for Memorial Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day. They always have it. Now, one of these days we're going to go there, but will we get something? Probably next. It's right near, you're near the road. So to find something paranormal, I'm not saying it can't happen, but I'm going to really doubt it on that one. But I was told, now if we go out to Susquehanna Ave and go left, go past the like, if we're going to go over the concrete bridge, but you make a left somewhere, and if you go somewhere in that area, it's old. It's an older kind of out of the way now, but there is a cemetery back there. And because my brother like the West Pittston Cemetery, I'm like, well, that's the one on West, right on. He's like, no. If you go all the way down, there's another one that's kind of out, like off to the side. You don't really, if you don't know it's there, you're not going to know it's there. So definitely, I want to try that. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this segment. We're gonna be back in a couple minutes to segment number 2.
Be right back, guys.
We're gonna talk about Pennsylvania urban legends, and again, just to reiterate, are we 100% correct? Are we? No, we're just pulling stuff to talk about. We want to talk about. All right, so the 5. Let's see. Wait a minute. Let's see here. As of June 25th, 2023. There are 10 ghost tales in Pennsylvania. Wait a minute. Here are 10 ghost tales in Pennsylvania, urban legends, including haunted houses and roads, and tales of creepy figures. So, yeah, we want to look at that.
Unfortunately, a lot of them are far in the western part of the state.
Right.
Towards
All right.
Harrisburg and
Number...
stuff.
Huh?
Towards Harrisburg and Gettysburg and...
York, so yeah, that's down there that way.
Yeah.
All right, number 1. The 7 Gates of Hell in York, Pennsylvania. As legend goes, an insane asylum once resided in a wooded area of Hellam, that's Hellam Township, that burned down one fated night. Many patients perished in the flames. Many also escaped into the surrounding area, releasing its occupants into the surrounding area. 7 gates were built to trap the wandering inmates. The myth states that today only 1 gate is visible by day, though all 7 are visible by night, and that any person who passes through all 7 gates goes directly to hell. In reality, an insane asylum never existed in the area, and only the 1 gate was built by a local doctor. It is very creepy.
Urban legend, then.
Number 2. Ooh. I'm going to show a picture. It's called The Green Man.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He has no face.
The Green Man, out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now York, Pennsylvania, if I'm thinking of the right place, that's down near Lancaster. That's more east. Okay, Pittsburgh is out west. Let's see, the Green Man. This is one legend that turned out to be true. Residents of South Park area near Pittsburgh during the 1950s often spotted a strange figure walking alone Route 351 at night. The figure was a man without a face who allegedly emitted a greenish glow. Locals were frightened by this shocking appearance and his nocturnal habits. The man, his name is Ray Robinson, had been severely electrocuted as a child and lost most of his facial features. He only came out at night due to his disfigurement, though in reality he did not emit a glow of any sort. He was actually a really nice guy who would chat with anyone who approached him, though this did not prevent some passerby from treating him cruelly or the community from fostering ghost stories about his misfortune. It's terrifying. Number 3, still out near the Pittsburgh area. It's called the Blue Mist Road. The Blue Mist Road is actually named Irwin Road and is located in the North Hills area of Pittsburgh. A variety of urban legends populate the spooky stretch of road that is said to be shrouded in a blue mist by night. Two lovers' headstones in an adjacent cemetery are said to touch under the full moon. An old building foundation is said to be the old home of a witch, and another house is said to be the home populated by little people who will chase visitors. A half dog, half deer, half human is also said to live in the woods and will chase or harm any person who creeps too far into its territory. People who have traveled to Blue Mist Road in the hopes of finding these ghostly entities have only found disgruntled residents. Okay, so they say the spot has made into the Pennsylvania mythology. Number 4, Constitution Drive down near Allentown. Now, Allentown is down near, if you're going to like Lancaster, you have to pass Allentown. Allentown's only about an hour and a half away, give or take. Okay, so it's called the Constitution Drive. Now, the picture here shows a set of train tracks. So let me see. Since here, yet another haunted road. Constitution Drive is a gravel road in a quiet part of Allentown that has a steep drop-off on one side and train tracks on the other. It is said that a man was struck by a train one night while walking his dogs, severing his leg and leaving him to perish over the course of a few days on this deserted stretch of road. Since passerbys have reported seeing paw prints and a single footprint in the snow left by the ghost of the man and his dogs. Legend also claims that the surrounding woods sometimes emit a soft whistling sound and that the area is populated by tiny pale-skinned people with red eyes. In reality, a man who lives on the road owns a small pot-bellied pig farm, which probably explains the albino goblin thing. This is categorized as one of the creepiest Pennsylvania urban legends. Okay, number 5. It shows a bus, and it's called Bus to Nowhere in Philadelphia. Now, some of you guys that aren't from the area that watch my shows, Philadelphia is where down near where the Battle of Gettysburg took place. In Philadelphia, you could see the Liberty Bell. Also, you could see in front of the museum in the movie Rocky, in Rocky 2, when he ran up the steps of the museum, or library, yep. I'm sorry. That's there in Philly. Okay. Now, the Bus to Nowhere. Bus to Nowhere might sound like a song you would have listened to during puberty, but really it is a mass transportation for Philadelphia's lost and hopeless. It is said that the busta only appears to those left truly distraught and alone by the most tragic circumstances imaginable. If your wife took your retirement savings, then ran off to California with Brad Pitt, or your cat ate your children while you were asleep, or something of like that, the bus to nowhere would come for you.
Oh, that's creepy.
Passengers on this mystical bus sit too dazed by misery to interact with or even look at any other passengers. It is only once you temporarily come out of this daze that you will remember to pull the cord and get off. Once you exit, you have no memory of your time on the bus, though legend states that some have been riding the bus for years and that some will never leave. Our questions whether SEPTA is on this or not, they don't know. This Pennsylvania urban legend is a terrifying one. So imagine that, though.
Be trapped on a bus
for years, but I guess you don't...
And you don't even know it, you're just along for the ride.
Yeah. Okay. Number 6, in Chad's Ford Township, which I'm not familiar with that area.
Never heard of that.
The Devil's Road. Look at that. The Devil's Road. Okay. This is number 6. This creepy area just north of the Delaware border is so infused with ghostly tales that M. Night Shyamalan, yeah, filmed his 2004 horror movie The Village in a nearby field. Good to know. Rumors state that a White House hidden in the woods on Devil's Road, officially named Cossart, that's Cossart Road, was home to a wealthy, incestuous family called the DuPonts, who resorted to inbreeding in order to keep their fortune within the family.
Oh.
Ugh. The Coughlin House was used as a place to perform incestuous marriages and as a place to hide deformed offspring. Yeah, I would imagine he'd be deformed. The trees in the area are dramatically bent away from the house as if they are trying to escape. Piles of animal corpses have been discovered in the area by visitors. Much of the strange activity around Devil's Road can be chalked up to teenage pranksters such as fishing line that was strung across the road at night at neck height. This Pennsylvania lore will give you nightmares.
Oh. Yeah, you gotta watch people.
Okay, now number 7 takes us to Wildwood Cemetery in Williamsport. Wildwood Cemetery has 2 sides, a good side and a bad side. On a clear night, legend says that you can see fairies on the good side, while the bad side is populated by ghoulish creatures, including a shrieking banshee and many individual tombs from which you can hear voices and banging sounds. Oh. There's a statue who cries and changes position by night that can be seen from the roadside. It is said that a retired fireman who was terrified of being buried alive designed a large mausoleum here for himself and his family that could be opened from the inside but not the outside. At night they are said to come out and play. Number 8, the Goblin of Easton. Now, folklore states that a greedy monk who worked at a mission in Easton, Pennsylvania, made a fortune from blackmailing wealthy people who confessed their sins to him. He grew increasingly forceful with this coercion until finally he was hanged for being a frail... Until finally he was hanged for beating a frail elderly woman to death.
Oh.
The mission was not rid of the evil monk so easily. However, his body sprung to life and transformed into a monster school before the crowd. He disappeared into the nearby woods and returned only to feast upon the remaining monks at his old mission. Soon the other monks fled and left the building to crumble. It's very creepy. This is under Pennsylvania mythology. Alright, number 9. The Storm Hag in Erie, PA. Look at that. The Storm Hag. The Storm Hag. Now, Erie is in the western part of the state. Though Pennsylvania is landlocked, we do have access to Lake Erie, a member of the Great Lakes, which are notorious for their violent, unpredictable storms. Presque Isle is an area of the lake notable for the large number of shipwrecks and disappearances that have occurred there. This is where the Storm Hag is said to live, on the bottom of the lake, emerging only to feast upon unfortunate sailors. Well, that's not good. She is venomous. She has venomous nails, strong wraith-like arms, green pointed teeth, slimy green skin, and cat-like eyes that are lasting her victims ever see. Like a siren, she sings an anticipating song immediately before attack. All right, and number 10, the house on Ridge Avenue in Pittsburgh. Look at that. There we go. Check that.
Oh, wow.
It says here, the house on Ridge Avenue, or the Coughlin House, it's Congelier, was for a long time considered to be the most haunted house in America. In fact, Thomas Edison once visited when he was experimenting with seance. Didn't know Thomas Edison experienced with seances.
Oh.
What happened to inspire such ghost tales, you ask? The original owner of the house, Charles Coughlin, was discovered having an affair with a maid by his wife, who murdered the duplicitous couple. A few days later, a neighbor discovered Mrs. Coughlin muttering at the maid's decapitated head, which she had cradled in her lap while she sat in her rocking chair. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. As if that incident wasn't strong, the next owner of the house was a reclusive doctor who, it was discovered, had a collection of women's heads in the basement that he was using for experimentation.
Oh boy.
What the hell? After the crazy doctor, the house was converted into housing for immigrant workers who moved once they began mysteriously dying one by one. Eventually, the house exploded, leaving only a crater in its path. Locals insisted it had been transported back to hell, where it came from. To the disappointment of paranormal enthusiasts, however, most of the grisly tales surrounding the house have been debunked by historical evidences. Easily one of the most terrifying Pennsylvania urban legends. Okay, so they are the top 10 urban legends in Pennsylvania. Now, here, over this way. Okay, now there is a legend that didn't make the top 10, but it's over in Wilkes-Barre Township. Now again, it's just an urban legend. If you go up Giant's Despair, and I forget how far up, it's called the Baby Road. I don't know if I'm sure that's not the actual road, but this road has been dubbed the Baby Road. And rumor has it, when couples would go up back in the day and fool around, every girl that had sex with got pregnant. That's the urban legend. Now again, how true is it? I don't know, but that's what I've heard a long time ago. I've also heard of an urban legend that we talked about in Suskin. Now there's a couple urban legends about Suskin, but the one that sticks to my mind a lot, called the Suskin Screamer. Now there's different stories floating about the Suskin Screamer. The story that I heard a long time ago is that, well, we went up there and the bridges, it's no longer there. But back in the late 60s, 70s, when you drive up and you'd have come to a one-lane bridge, you're supposed to honk your horn to let people on the other side know you're coming through. Well, I don't know if it was a boy or girl, but somebody was walking up there and a car didn't do it, didn't honk or anything, and hit the person. Rumor has it that if you went up there and you went through the tunnel and didn't honk your horn, a ghostly figure would appear in your driver's or passenger side seat for like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, like screaming, like shrieking, screaming. Now, who knows? That's just one of the urban legends that I grew up with in this area. Well, two of them. Any urban legend that you know, FP? Come to mind?
I know a different legend, or a different version of Cessna Screamer.
Let's hear it.
But it was basically, I think, I'm not sure, I've Googled it before, but I'm pretty sure somebody in the 70s, like you said, 60s, 70s, I believe it was a girl that was kidnapped, and unfortunately, she was up in a cabin somewhere, and the guy that kidnapped her, of course, was like doing all kinds of bad stuff and whatever. But she managed to get away. But as she got away, like, I guess she was like tied up to the bed or whatever.
Right.
So she broke like the bedpost off, and she ran away. But as he continued to follow her through the woods, and she was screaming to help, somebody to help me. And that's one of the legends I've heard, that unfortunately she passed away because he got a hold of her and
probably killed her.
Yeah. So it just replays as the Cessna Screamer. And
right. Yeah, there is a house in West Pittston.
Oh, yeah.
It was based on, there was a movie that was made, like not a movie in the theater, but like a TV movie. I don't think it made it I think it was just TV movie. And it was based on a family known as the Smurls. Lived in West Pittston, not too far from where we're at. I think I saw the movie once, like years ago. Basically, long story short, the family named the Smurls moved into their house in West Pittston, and they started having not just paranormal activity. This was pretty poltergeist, and this poltergeist was playing tricks with just really. So eventually, they moved. Now, did the poltergeist move with them? I don't know, but I was speaking with one of the Smurls, one of the daughters. I'm not gonna give her first name, but I messaged years ago. I'm like, did that actually? Because when people make movies, they embellish to make the movie, interesting. But she said the things that you saw in that movie did actually happen. Now, after they moved out, I don't know if there's any more.
Activity,
There's no more. I don't know if there's any more activity. I haven't heard of anything, so I don't know. But that's imagine you're the place where you feel safe at is your house, and when it's haunted by a ghost and it's like a poltergeist, that's that's pretty. Just adjusting my light here a little bit to get a bit more light. There we go. But yeah, so there's some of the urban legends around Pennsylvania. Can't think of any more off the top of my head.
The closest other ones I could think of is like Plum Island.
Let's see what.
Well, Plum Island is like it's up in New York City, which isn't far from us at all.
Oh, okay, so it's in New York.
And it's basically where the government, I think they took it over in like the 70s or something like that. And now they just do like animal testing and like foot and mouth disease and stuff like that. And a lot of, the Montauk Monster they found up there was just close by Plum Island. So it was just maybe an animal that escaped from the island that had some kind of a
they did something
disease too. That, you know what I mean?
Okay, it says here Plum Island is an island in the town of South Old in Suffolk Suffolk County, New York.
Yeah.
The island is situated in Gardiner's Bay, east of Orient Point, off the eastern end of the Norfolk coast of Long Island. It's about 3 miles long and a mile wide. It's widest point. Okay, it's not. What is Plum Island famous for? Okay, the history of Plum Island sources, Wikimedia. The Plum Island Animal Disease Center stands ready to defend against foreign animal diseases. It is home to a foot and mouth disease vaccine bank supported by Canada, Mexico, and the United States. But it's not saying anything about any like paranormal or anything. Unless I'm just not seeing it. Alright, it's going to end segment number 2. We'll be back in a few momentos.
Yep.
Alright guys, welcome back to segment number 3. Now in this segment, we're just going to talk about we're just going to scroll through whatever catches our minds or catches our attention. Well, we're going to talk about it. And me, I'm a train buff. I love trains. When I was a kid, I had the train going around the tree in the Christmas time. What they did...
Oh, that was me, sorry.
Oh, no, it was either your phone or my camera. One of two.
No, it was my phone.
Oh, okay. Now, recently, about in March, this is when the article, March 2nd, 2023. For you people that live here around Wilkes-Barre, Pittston, even Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, could take a train excursion. Now, I don't know if they're doing it now because probably, because of the seasons. But you could jump a train from Pittston. It's called the Pittston to Jim Thorpe Excursions. It's the Reading Blue Mountain in northern passenger train. Pittston to Jim Thorpe, regular schedule, rates by station of departure. Excursion dates October, November, December. 610-562-2102 for anybody who wants to, call. Now, the Pittston to Jim Thorpe train schedule. How long is the train ride to Jim Thorpe? The train ride is 70 minutes in duration, with the exception of October, when train rides are 45 minutes due to increased popularity and demand. The train ride continues to offer beautiful colors and scenery of the Lehigh Gorge State Park, with condensed trips in October. Now, I've been on the train that they did the excursion for in Jim Thorpe that would take you up the gorge and back. I've seen, and one of these days when I'm out and about, I'll take some pictures over there where the trains where the excursion starts. But and I can talk about, because I've been there many times, the Steamtown. I haven't been there in years, but I think at one point I had more pictures of Steamtown than Steamtown had. And I could plug some of the pictures. They're cool though. The old the train engines and they would take you on a ride up to, how far would it go up? It would take you up to line. You would stop. The train would turn around. There's like a little snack, and it would bring you back. But I always loved trains. And then they got the trolley museum, which took you up to the breakers. Now, at that point, because this was years ago, now it goes farther. But it would take you up to the breakers in Pittston or wherever the breakers are, up the line. But I remember my dad telling me stories when he went to Paris Island when he joined the Marines. There was a train station in Wilkes-Barre. Now it became the Market Street Cafe, and then it's a convention center, or not convention center. Where you can go and get pamphlets about the city, like I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of.
Social Security building.
No. It's where Market Street Square used to be. They took the old train station and renovated it like a center, like
okay.
Shit.
I know.
Can't think of the word, damn it. But yeah, not a senior center. I'm gonna need a senior center one of these days. where you can go get pamphlets and everything about the town of Wilkes-Barre, stuff like that. But my dad told me stories that was a workable, that whole area where, you know, where the mattress, they have that mattress store.
Yep.
That whole area was a big train station, just like Steamtown. Workable train station. Now when my dad got done and got discharged, it was already stopped because he had to come back on bus. But I would love to see old pictures of what it was like when that was a train station. When they didn't have cars, the boulevard was tracks, train tracks.
Crazy.
Just trying to think, like, back then, like, and kids played on train cars and got yelled at for playing on train cars, and sometimes some got hurt playing on train cars.
I used to ride the train. Because, well, I grew up in DuPont, and the train would literally come. There's 2 train tracks in DuPont, one on one end and one on the other.
Okay.
If you caught the train at the top of the town, it would take you right down past through the woods and out by Avoca. So it'd come in by where the Walmart intersection is now.
Okay.
Where the bridge is, and then it would bring you all the way down through town, and you'd come out through where you head down to Avoca.
Okay. Now, I remember hearing, for anybody that lives in the Wilkes-Barre or went back in the day, went to, I want to say it's either G.A.R. or Myers, but again, this is so long ago I can't remember. My dad's cousin, when they were kids, they were playing near on like a flatbed car or a train car. Well, I guess they were playing and they loosened the brake. However, the car rolled, and my dad's relative somehow, don't know how, he fell, but got his arm literally cut off.
Oh, wow.
But from what I understood, if I remember my stories right, he was a teacher for the Wilkes-Barre school system. So I don't know if it was GAR or Myers, but it wasn't Wilkes-Barre area. But yeah, they were playing on, just kids playing on a car. The car rolled, and I mean, that's. Do you remember? Which it's long gone. Do you remember the diamond trestle that crossed from somewhere in Plymouth across the bridge to like over near, it would be probably not more, maybe a little bit past south of Wilkes-Barre in that somewhat area, maybe. It was called the Diamondback Bridge because it literally, the way they constructed this, it looked like diamonds.
Huh.
For years it was on a line that the line line doesn't run anymore. It wasn't a main line or not a usable, workable line. But back in the day, trains that go past, well, me, a couple of my buddies, it was this time we were riding our bikes. So instead of riding, and somehow we ended up over in Plymouth, whatever, we just went for a long bike ride. Remember back in the day, you'd have your 10-speed, and you'd get the water bottle and the pack. Well, yeah, that's what we thought. We had. So we're coming back, and one of us got the genius idea of, let's cross the Diamondback Trestle. So what we did was, because you didn't know how old those railroad ties were, so we walked our bikes across. So if something happened and the bike fell through, you were still hopefully not in deep shit.
Yeah.
So we of course we made it across, no issues, and we're like, we're never doing that again. Yeah, no. Let's see. Now, I don't know if you hear it being back where you're at, but I hear it from time to time. Across the bridge is one of the main lines, and every so often I will hear, like in early mornings, I would hear a train going by. Like you'd hear the air horn.
Yep.
And I didn't really hear it. I used to, unless it's probably scheduled shape, but years ago when I first moved in here, so I'm going back to about 2013. I'd be sleeping upstairs, and 9 out of 10, I need to fall asleep with the TV on or some shit. I need noise. But for one of those days, I had everything shut off. I'm laying there. It was maybe, I don't know, 2, 3 in the morning. I could hear a train going past. Like, I hear the train from across the bridge. So I was like, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, now they don't use it no more, though.
All right, we're going to take guys, 5 fourth and final segment. Come back with our fourth. This segment, we're just going to plug the brand. To get under the SGW Entertainment brand, we're the Paranormal Research Society. We're made up of SGW Entertainment, False Paranormal NEPA, and Dark Valley Podcast. If you go to the website, sgwentertainment.com/paranormal attire, you could find t-shirts from each from Dark Valley and False Paranormal and SGW with everything together. Now, if I know you might have caught in the background, these are one of our NEPA Spirit Seeker Paranormal t-shirts. If you go to www.facebook.com/Dark Valley Podcast, you will be able to hear more stories of urban legends, mysteries of the unknown, with our friend Sarah. If you also follow us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/False Paranormal, YouTube, you're seeing under mine, but also our False Paranormal NEPA page, YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/ or is that / I get that all confused, at False Paranormal. Like and subscribe to the channels. Like and subscribe to this channel you're watching this on now. Go to facebook.com/False Paranormal. Like and follow us on Facebook. Because every Friday I've been working too many hours. Every Friday on YouTube, Friday morning, you'll see this video and all our future videos on the page and the False Paranormal NEPA group. There's a link from the page to the group. Check out the group. There, and the group is where we encourage you to tell us your paranormal stories.
Yes.
Whether they're little or big, we still want to hear this. Okay. Now, also, if you follow my channel, SGW Entertainment NEPA, on YouTube, I have the Paranormal Research Society channel, or playlist, home cooking show playlists. I done the proverbial Chef J hat, the local eats and takeouts playlist where I go out literally all over the area, review locally owned places, and I do some chains too. Then we have our Simple Ceremonies of NEPA playlist. I am also an ordained minister of non-denomination, so I go by wedding officiant. So I just did a wedding last week out at McDade Park. Very beautiful out. Well, at first it looked like the sky was going to go, but then all of a sudden it just broke and it just shined. But yeah, guys, go to our website, sgwentertainment.com. There's a link to all of everything that I just talked about. Our restaurant review guide literally looks like a menu. Everywhere I've been to, click the link, takes you to the YouTube video. Support local, support False Paranormal, support SGW, along with Dark Valley Podcast.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking and I'm toying with this idea. I don't want to use my normal number, but I might. I'm toying with the idea of you can install one of those talk to text numbers where you could like just an internet, like they could call you.
Yeah.
Guys, what do you think about this, guys? How do you think of this idea? Maybe set up where we'll put up, hey, we'll be going, we'll be doing the show, we'll be filming the show, blah blah blah. Call us at whatever number that we can do. Be on the show. Talk to us. Call us. Say hi. I don't know what do you guys think about? I think it could probably work.
That's not a bad idea.
Again, I don't want to use my normal number, so I'd have to try see if there's those second phone apps where you can get a different number.
Yeah, like a Google number or something.
Yeah, that way, because I don't want to use my full number because that's for my business, but have like a secondary number where call in, ask us questions. You want to be on the show and tell us your story, and we'll tape it from
That'd
the
be
phone.
good.
Yeah.
We're all about that.
All right, guys. So we're gonna call it a night. On behalf of FP, myself, I'm Jay Yanchik. I'm your SGW guy. We are False Paranormal under the SGW Entertainment brand. Be blessed. Stay safe, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye.
What's going on, my paranormal posse? It is I, your SGW guy from SGW Entertainment with the Paranormal Research Society. Now, I am doing another home EVP, or home investigation, back at my place here. I got a new camera, and I want to see how it works out. I got a Motorola Edge. Supposed to be the quality, supposed to be from what the guy told me, supposed to be like top notch with video and audio. So we're gonna kind of give it a little test tonight and see if I could pick up anything here back at the homestead. All right, sit back. Let's see what happens, and hopefully we get some paranormal activity. Okay, we're gonna do like a 6 or 7 minute clip just to see if I catch anything. And before I start, I do want to turn this light off here. Right now, tonight, the GF's home. It's only me and Molly. Okay. It's all right, girl. You're right. Love you too, Molly. Is there anybody in this house that wants to talk to us? Molly's going near the corner. Now, it seems whenever you get anything going on, it comes from that corner. But again, I don't know for sure. I was told at one point that there is a possible spirit that's connected to me named Lisa. Again, but I don't know. From what I have, well, my GF could kind of, I don't want to say she's a medium, but she has a unique sixth sense when it comes to paranormal. Let's just put it to you that way. And she said that there is 3 people at different times, two women and a man. The man could be my dad. She thinks the one woman is my mother, but she's thinking that someone named Lisa, and Lisa's an old friend of mine who did pass away a few years ago. But again, I don't know. I'm only from the way she's describing how she looks, that's the only name that comes to mind. So, but again, I don't know if it is or if it isn't. Is there anyone here that wants to talk to me tonight? Can you make a noise? Romaine or Steve, are you here with me tonight, or have you been here at some point? Who are the spirits that walk through this house? Because I know something comes from that corner. That corner over there. Can you make a noise for me? Can you interact with Molly? Because Molly sometimes I think could see things. They say dogs usually can. Hello? I just want you to talk to me. Tell me who you are. Hello? A couple of seconds, I thought I saw what looked like a possible orb. Possibly. Is anybody here? Who keeps walking around here at night? Who's Molly barking at now? Who's she just kind of barking at? Okay, usually a dust particle will not flicker. That was a little odd. Could this be a lady named Lisa? Or is this Romaine? Or Steve, my dad? Or is it somebody else? Karen's mom, Alice. Is this Alice stopping by? Who are you? Tell me your story. Alright guys, I'm coming up on my 10-minute mark, so we'll cut it at 10 and we'll see if we got anything. Everything's quiet. Can you talk to me? Alright, that was, if you heard that noise, that was actually from next door, so that noise was debunked. Something's going on in that corner. Who's in the corner? What's the fascination with the corner? Who's here? If anybody, who's here? Alright guys, this is just something quick tonight. We're gonna shut it down right at 11 minutes and see if I got anything. Again, I'm just trying to test out the new equipment. Be blessed, stay safe everyone, and we'll see you in our next video.